All right, and we're live. Welcome to the Faddah Figures podcast. I am Chris, and we have James and Kevin with us here.
Yo.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What's up, guys?
And just early morning, if you hear a baby crying in the background, it's my baby. He's he's trying to go to sleep.
He's working his vocals. He's gonna be a singer when he gets older.
All right, let's go share. So, if you guys are new to the podcast, we like to share either a photo or video for the week, and we just talk a little story about it. So, who wants to start off?
I'll go first. Mine's just a simple video of Shazen and I talked about a couple podcasts ago. Sometimes in the afternoons, like I get home early and we just want to like spend time with him. And then we just ride our bikes around. But we're in 2021, so we got electric bikes. We don't got a pedal, guys. We just pull that throttle.
Like we don't do things manually in 2021.
Yeah, no, we're all about the electric.
Look at that helmet, bro. Nice.
I know.
Saving the carbon footprint.
It's like pro level right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just we love these electric bikes, so we just ride it around.
Yeah, those are cool.
You know, I wish I had electric bikes when I was his age. We would put the we put like the soda can, in between the spike or
fork.
whatever
The
it's
fork.
called. Yeah.
I thought that was a Hawaii thing for the longest time, but I've seen it in like a couple movies, I think.
Yeah.
Or the playing card with the
Yeah.
paperclip. Yeah.
Yeah. And and the funny thing is you don't see that. I don't see that nowadays.
Nowadays. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
You can go next.
All right, Chris, can you play mine? Because I don't know if I can.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maddie. All right, it's just Maddie. She started going on the treadmill. I thought it was the funniest thing, and she kept asking her granddad, like, "Hey, can you go back to it? Like,
Waiting for the marathon.
She kept saying,
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny. Like, oh, you know what? We don't need to go outside anymore. Get our walk on the treadmill.
Oh, she walks good.
Training for the marathon. Yeah. Hey, Maddie.
Oh, there she is. Telling Diana, no.
Training for the marathon.
Oh, like right now.
Yeah, she's trying to go to sleep there.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Say hi, Uncle.
Hi.
Supposed to go to sleep. Huh?
I hear a baby crying.
Oh yeah, Kevin's
Oh.
baby's been crying since the beginning of the
you remember Uncle?
the podcast.
Kiss.
Hey.
Blow kiss.
Look, kiss.
Oh.
Oh, that's our COVID kiss.
Yeah.
She can't kiss nobody. That's our COVID kiss.
Her favorite.
Yeah, she's actually gonna do COVID kiss for the rest of her life. She's not kissing anyone. Yeah, that's gonna be like, that's how people kiss. People don't kiss, and that's how I kiss mom. So wait, did Kevin just bounce? He didn't even tell us. Did he come back?
He said deuces. Nah, I'm pretty sure he's coming back.
Yeah. Wait, did he say he's going back to his house like tomorrow? I didn't.
Yeah, I believe this weekend they said they are going back to.
Nice. Okay. Hold on, I got some questions about that. Like how's that gonna be like? Because like he goes to work. Yeah, he goes to work, and then Dee's gonna be by herself. Like that's gonna be different for sure. Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, sorry. I had to make him a bottle.
Gotcha.
We're real life here, guys. We don't
Yeah,
we don't fake it.
this is the
Yeah.
real dad life.
This is-
We
yeah,
are actually
This is
real
model.
dads. If you didn't
no
believe,
cuts,
we do
no
have children.
edits. Yeah, no cuts, no edits. This is all real time.
Yeah.
But I was listening to what you guys are saying while I was gone. Okay, next. Let me
Your
see.
photo, what you got for us?
Okay, so the photo that I'm going to be showing is actually a Instagram post from my wife.
Oh, that's nice.
And for people that are just listening and not watching the video, it's a picture of my wife, kind of leaning back, and then my son is laying on her stomach, like belly to belly type deal, and his face is and he's sleeping and he's facing towards the camera. Um, and in the post, my wife, she in her caption, she puts, "The thought of being tied down by a tiny human used to make me sick. It was a trap I couldn't imagine myself getting into and being good at. I felt I was incapable of motherhood and couldn't find it in myself to be that selfless. Well, now here's proof people can change. They won't be they won't be the best at it, but they can willingly try because that tiny human completely conquered their heart. The 2019 version of D would deep cringe if she saw this. Not asking for encouragement or compliments, but just want to put it out there for anyone who is thinking motherhood is impossible. It's not. It's freaking terrifying, expensive, and well, you can't see it, but it also says, and my anxiety levels are at an all-time high, 24/7. But the love you feel makes it possible, and it only gets better. I'm a month in, haha, and I can't stop spamming you all with photos of this little guy. Sorry, not sorry. So I decided to share this photo because um, I thought it was a good depiction of how she felt as being a mother. And I told her about it. I was like, I love that post that you made. And then she's like, oh, how did it's so cute. And then so she asked me, she's like, oh, how does it feel for you to be a father? And and she asked me, and I was like, I was trying to think of the best way to put it, because she's my wife. She's so good at um, putting things into words, like when it comes to writing or just saying it out loud. But I was trying to think, and all I could think about was like the best way to describe it is before my son came into our life. I just thought about, like, maybe, like, I would think about as far as the future goes. I would think about, like me and my wife, getting older and doing things together, and just um not that detailed. It was just more like, well, when the future comes, it comes, and we'll go head on. And then, but now that um my son is in my life, like, I have all these different visions of, like, doing everything and anything, like our first this, our first that, like, it's like totally changed. Like, I can literally see the future for at least the first 18 years.
So um did you Kevin, did you always want kids, or
Yeah,
did not, or
so I come from a big family of five siblings, and my mom and dad, they both come from big families, so well as well. They come from like um family of eight siblings each. So I have tons of aunties and uncles, a lot of cousins. So I'm very family oriented, and um, as as I got older, and I started to think about, like, oh, do I want kids? That's like a no brainer. I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want kids. And um, any relationship I got into, I would always ask my partner at the time, like, or do you want to have kids, or what's your stance on kids? And when it came to my wife now, when she was my girlfriend at the time, she was I mean, she said she wanted to have kids, but she was kind of hesitant. She didn't want to be tied down by a child, and um, she that's the feeling she had when originally. And then
Yeah.
like as our relationship went on, we started, I think, I don't want to say it changed, but I could see that she saw other people's families and other people's kids, and she started to want it. And then when like as we were getting married, or actually, yeah, before we got married and as we are getting married, she started to open up more, and I was like, what, I actually do want a child. And so yeah, and so I don't want to say I changed her mind, but yeah, it was
Yeah, that's cool. Because I
it's like,
remember, I think, like, I don't want to say I remember specifically, but you do remember the friends that tell you that they don't see themselves being a parent. And I remember D was one of those where she loved kids, but she just never saw herself
Yeah, I remember that.
as a parent. Yeah, so it was really cool to see her change without anyone even like forcing her. It was just like something internally that changed, and yeah, and
yeah,
obviously
big time.
she's such a great person. She'll be a great mother. So
Ready.
it was cool.
Oh
to
yeah,
see.
yeah, but she has her doubts a lot. She doesn't feel like she's gonna be a good mother, and she's always worried about the small tiny things. And but I just keep trying to remind her that it's you're gonna be the best mom to our child
Yeah.
that
Yep,
you could
yep,
be.
yep.
And it's
I
just like
always
that.
had doubts and like fears as well, but then I always told myself growing up. We talked this about. I think me and Jim talked about this at one point. But growing up, we never had a lot of money, but we always had like family time and like just like family connections. We never had a lot of money, but it was I always had a great childhood. Even like you see people that come from a poor background, but they also have like broken like households, and that's the one thing I always was able to make the distinction. You can have low income but still have a strong household, and you'll be fine, and your kids will be like perfectly fine. So I always go back to that. If all else fails, just have love.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, nothing beats it,
Yeah.
especially the love you have for your child, big time.
Oh yeah.
True, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm playing devil's advocate, but I'm like, it's hard sometimes to love your kid when you can't provide for them. It's like my dad,
I
like,
mean,
I don't know
yeah.
how dude, man, we were poor, dude. I don't know how many times I ate like cup ramen noodles for dinner, and like looking at Maddie, like I love her so much, but like let's say I only made like $100 or $400 a week, and I can't like feed her, like what I want to feed her healthy food. It's like that's also it's
But
tough as a parent.
it's the time. It's like the I mean, because I grew up with the same thing, but it's
Mhm.
just the family was there, and like the whole family ate together and like was just
Yeah.
together. We were eating salmon. We were like a family of six. Like ate salmon for dinner. We freaking ate corn dogs for like all summer. Like we just, you know what I mean. But then it's just that togetherness, and I mean, as I guess as you get older, the kids realize that your parents are trying, and yeah, they'll be alright.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm the same way as well. I mean, like I remember opening up the refrigerator and seeing just a box of Bisquick in there, and you're like, okay, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
And sometimes you wonder, like, okay, what are we eating for dinner, or just what are we eating, period.
Yeah.
And but the family makes it work regardless.
Yeah.
I guess it's
And
just different. Like my family, like my dad worked, so the only time I really saw him was like I didn't really see him much. like I always ate by myself most of the time.
Okay.
Like my dad, we had to work all night. Bye, Maddie. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to Uncle.
Bye, Maddie.
Bye.
Bye,
Good night.
There we go. Kiss. Give a kiss. Aw,
Okay.
thank you. But yeah, for me, like, yeah, like it's so like I think that's why I love Diana's family so much because they're like they have family gatherings every Saturday. Like she grew up with a lot of aunties, uncles, cousins. Like me, like I was the only child for a while until my parents remarried. And yeah, I mean they worked a lot. So they worked literally, all day, and then they'd come and really eat real quick, and then they had to go. They had 2 jobs, so he had to work throughout the night, be a janitor. So I think it's just hard seeing him. And when I think of Maddie, like I feel very blessed that I have a job that pays okay. Diana has a job, and we can provide for her. Spoiler if we want, but man, I just couldn't. I don't know, man. Like just thinking of a kid, like you're kind of almost helpless in a way. Like you can't, like there's only so much you can do as a parent. Like think about people that are like have 4 kids.
Uh-huh.
Like when I see people and they're like, man, I don't know. I just
Well, it's funny, right? Like you think about, because we all have one, right? And you're like, man, like just taking care of one. I can't even imagine people out there that have more than one.
yeah.
Like how do they do it, right? And like look at it this way, one of my coworkers, he has 5 daughters, and he's still in his 20s.
Wow.
Okay, he's still in his 20s. He has 5 daughters, and I'm just like, man, like how do you do? I mean, his wife is a stay-at-home mom, but like just still yet though, like how you have to watch one, and then like you gotta watch the other, and then you gotta watch the other one, and then taking care of them. I mean, of course, every parent wants the best for their children, and try to provide for them, but it's hard if only one person is working. And
like how do you decide, like just shoes, there's holes in their shoes, and like you gotta buy them shoes, but you don't have money to literally buy shoes. It's like, how do you like emotionally, like I get it, like you love them, but it's like, oh man, I don't know. Like I don't know how I would handle that. Like knowing that like I'm doing everything that I can, but it's like it's still not enough to provide those basic necessities that every kid should have. And it's like it's crazy, especially here in Hawaii, man. Like people have, like I feel bad seeing like elders work. I usually don't see it on the mainland. Like I don't see aunties and uncles in their 60s, 70s working at McDonald's. Usually when I was raised up, I didn't. It's usually like teenagers, like But now you see more and more of that, even on the mainland and here, and it's just, I just find that it's like, I mean, I get it. Some of them probably want to work just to like be busy.
Keep
but
busy,
a big majority of them, they want to retire. They want to enjoy their grandkids and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they have to work because they have to, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy, dude.
So did you guys, like in a perfect world, did you guys want multiple kids? Did you guys, like in a perfect world, like if money wasn't an issue,
Dude,
time wasn't an issue?
I've always said I will have as many as my wife will pop out.
Okay.
Like I was like, I'm all about kids. Like, I mean, that's a big reason. Like I wanted to be a pediatrician when I got out of the military because I love kids. But then I was like, oh, that's too much school. And I don't want to be a doctor. I realized, like, what are you thinking, James? No, I ain't going to school that way. So I was like, oh, teacher's the next best thing. You have to work with kids.
That is, yeah.
So yeah, I knew. Even when I met Diana, I told her that was a deal breaker on our first date. I was like, you want kids, right? She was like, yeah. I was like, you're not lying, right? Like, don't say yeah just on the first date. Like, I'm for real. Like, I want kids.
You said that on the first date, though?
Dude, our first date, I'm not gonna. Dude, I was like in my 30. Man, I don't even know how old I was. Maybe 34, 35. I mean, I ain't trying to play around, dude. I ain't got time to waste. I literally told her.
You gotta play the field. You gotta date.
I feel bad for her. It probably felt like an interview. I wanted to get all my
big like first
like,
question
look,
on the first date.
Yeah, I told her, look, I'm not dating to date. I'm looking for marriage, like serious. Not saying we have to get married tomorrow.
God.
I told her, like, look, we're together for a year. I'm probably gonna propose to you. Just don't be surprised about that. I kind of said it in a funny way. She digged it, whatever, and it turned out a year later. I proposed.
Oh my lord!
But yeah, I
Can't
was
believe
like,
she stuck around, James.
dude, because I told myself, dude, if I'm 40 and I'm not married, I was gonna be the Angelina Jolie of dudes. I'm just gonna start adopting a bunch of kids, freaking give them all to me. I'll take them as many as the state will let me have them. I was just gonna start adopting because I'm like, dude, I'm 40 years old, man. I ain't got time to be wasting dating and Tinder. Like I ain't got time for that, man. And I'm a teacher. I'm broke. Man, I can't be dating around, taking people on dates all the time. Like, dude, I need to know if I'm investing in these this better go somewhere or close.
Where was your first date? Where was it?
Oh, it was funny. Diana told me she likes sushi, so I didn't know there's a difference between what I thought sushi was, which is shokudo, like there's sushi rolls and stuff.
Okay.
Her definition of sushi is like high class stuff, like Japan, like the fish on top, like that kind of sashimi kind. I'm like, that's
and you also got to remember she's from Hawaii and you're from Texas.
Yeah. So I told her, oh man, I know this really good sushi place. So she's like, all right. And I told her, yeah, let's go to Shokudo. She told me like after, a couple of months when we were dating, she was like, I just want to let you know, like when you told me you were going to take me to a sushi restaurant, you told me Shokudo, like that's not sushi.
She almost didn't even show up. She almost left it hanging.
I know she did. She actually told me she almost left me hanging. So she was like, yeah, I had to work early the next morning. I almost was going to cancel the date, but I showed. I'm like, you lucky you showed. If you canceled on me, there'd be no Maddie, there'd be no us.
You took her to the wrong sushi spot, and you asked her all these big questions on the first.
I did, man.
I don't know how you got lucky with that one.
This is how I took it. If the girl can stay after that first date, it's up. It's smooth sailing, man. If she can handle all that, I'm like, dude, this chick's ride or die. Like she's obviously in the same position as me. But if she was gonna be like, oh no, I'd be like, okay, look, you obviously aren't in the right place. Like go date and spend someone else's money. Like I need to know.
You're all business.
Hard work. Yeah, I was all business. Dude, I was.
Like, you ain't got no time to waste.
I ain't got no time, man. I was like, I don't know. I know so many friends that were dating for 3-4 years. I'm like, I ain't got time to date for that long before we get married. Man, I'm trying to get kids married. I'm trying to buy a house. Like I don't want to be in my 40s and 50s that be like 70 years old when Maddie graduates high school. Be like, oh my God.
The fast track. James on the fast track.
Yeah. So
no, I feel you. I mean, when like I was saying earlier, right? I when all my past relationships, I would ask about, like how they felt about children and everything. I mean, not on the first date. I mean, I'm just as big on kids as you are, but I do. Yeah, that's like I don't want to scare them away, before.
Dude, that's my tactic, dude. If they run away, then I can't say the jokes that I want to say sometimes with them. So
no, but then that goes into, for like D, when I think when I first asked her, she wasn't as into kids when I first asked her, but like as time went on, now she can never. I mean, she can't imagine her life without.
You're a patient man, Kevin. You're more giving. I'd be like, no. Maybe I'll give you a second date. Maybe you were just you kind of caught off guard on that baby question. But
I'm surprised you didn't try speed dating, James. Have you ever tried speed dating?
I tried speed dating
God,
here in
that makes a
Hawaii.
lot of
Oh,
sense.
really? At where?
Speed dating. I forget where it was. It was in some Asian bar in what's that freaking?
Was it in downtown?
Downtown. It's where all those bars are at.
Oh,
Chinatown, wherever. It's
Bar 39. Bar 39.
Bar 30. Yeah, it's one of those Asian bars where when you go into it, there's like this outside bar area in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was Bar 39.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Bar 39. So yeah, you come there and you get like these cards and there's these tables set up. And I went with one of my buddies, and we sat down. And sure enough, like you sit down or you rotate or they rotate and you have this note card. It was really weird. Like if you've never been speeding, I was like, I'm bad with names and faces. So
That's what you were doing to Diana, though. How's that weird? You
Dude, I took
basically
notes on my
speed dated
dude.
her.
I definitely took notes on Diana. I just tried to remember as much as I could, and at the end of the night, I got into my phone. I still have it in my phone. I put all the stuff that I remember, like she wants kids. Yep, what's her favorite color? Like all that stuff, because I need to make sure, like, hey, if this is gonna last, I need to remember this stuff. But yeah, the speed date, I would write whatever, and then you just write yes, no, yes, no, and then they collect all the cards, and if both people said yes, you'll get an email of the person and their phone number. Yeah, and I met someone. Oh, we went on a couple of dates, and then it was actually funny. I met her, and then I met Diana. So we weren't like me and her. We weren't dating. We just went on a couple of dates.
So
and
you're
then
still talking to this girl?
Yeah, like I think
So
we went on
you're-
like 2 dates or something. But I kind of felt like I don't think this is really like it could go somewhere. But then Diana, I had a date with Diana, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on this date with her. And after that first date, I'm like, done. That girl, I just kind of ghosted her. But I think she kind of knew it wasn't gonna work out either. We kind of kept in touch a little bit, but she's married now. She got married. Yeah, it was funny.
How do you know she's married?
Yeah, I was like, I'm going for Diana.
How do you know
And
she's
I
married?
was
Wait, how do you know she's married?
Oh, because we're still friends. Yeah, we're Facebook friends. Yeah, because when we met, dude, I got Facebook stuff on my. I gotta figure out like because we had friends that we knew. So I was like, oh, this is kind of common. And then
Diana doesn't care about. She didn't care about that at the time.
no, dude, I went on one date with Diana. She has no say on who my Facebook friends are.
No, I'm not talking about
Like currently.
say, like no, not even not currently because you guys are married and everything. But
Yeah.
like, I want to say like a year into your guys' relationship, like
No, because I never talked to her. Like it was just
But
like like I just have friends and their whatever faces pop up, whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, she ended up getting married. But yeah, like there's a ton of people that's on my Facebook that I should probably delete them. I'm just lazy. I'm like, whatever. Eventually, I'm probably gonna delete Facebook because I'm just tired of social media. But yeah, I definitely gone speed dating. I've been set up. Dude, I did the whole thing, man. That's why I was like, dude, even my mom tried to like do those like, it wasn't like a mail order bride, but it pretty much was. Like she knew someone that was from Korea, and it kind of didn't seem right. I was like, she didn't have her green card, but she was working. I was like, I don't know about this one. And she was like, you should. And then when I went to go visit my parents Christmas, she was like, oh, I want you to meet her. I'm like, who? Oh my, this salon that I go to, the owner's daughter. She knows you. I was like, how the hell does she know me? I've never met her. Oh, I showed you pictures of her, and I'm like, are you for real? Literally, I got off the plane. She tells me this, and she drives me to the salon.
oh my,
It's late at night, and they take me into the salon. Her mom is sitting on a chair. She's sitting on the other chair, and I'm sitting there with like my backpack because I'm off the plane. I'm like, hello, I'm trying to be respectful. My mom's like, go talk to her. I'm like,
oh man.
whatever. So literally, me and her, we go outside. She barely speaks a little, English, and I'm just sitting there like,
Oh man.
hi. Like we
Like an arranged marriage kind.
Yeah, and I went on I think one date with her just to make my mom happy, and then I was like, yeah, mom, I can't marry her. Like,
You're such a nice guy.
yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna. She lives here in Cali. I live in Hawaii. It ain't gonna work. And plus, I told myself I'm not gonna marry no Korean girl. Nothing against Korean women out there.
oh, I know. Hey,
Cray,
careful.
You guys, cray. You got that K rate.
Oh,
Hey.
Called
I'm
Squid
married
Games?
to a Korean. Okay?
Yeah, Squid Games with my life.
Yeah. I'm married to a Korean, so
But she's not full Korean.
no, she's not full
Okay.
Korean, but she's still
ain't
got
full
she's still got the dragon in her.
No, it could be dormant. You go 100% Korean, there ain't no dormant, dog.
oh.
With no 100% Korean, dude. So luckily, I was raised in Texas, so I'm not really even Korean. I don't know. I'm as Korean as Meet Jun gets, which isn't even. That's about it.
I love me, John. I thought I was Korean this whole
That's
time.
not even Korean, bro.
you know what? I didn't realize Mijun wasn't Korean until I went to Korea.
Yeah. See, dude, I'm like, people are like,
I
dude,
went-
let's go. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I've heard of Meet Jun, I've eaten it, but I'm like, this ain't real Korean stuff. Like, Korean people will cook it, but it ain't like.
Is it based off of something? Is it like based off of food from Korea at least?
I don't know what it's. based off
No,
of.
it's
Like,
no, it's not.
I mean, they
It's-
have
Really?
battered like veggies like that, but it's not like they don't do it with meat. Like I've seen it more with
Yeah.
fish than really with meat.
Okay.
if anything.
Yeah, when I went, trust me, when I went to Korea, I was like, okay, we went to a restaurant. I was like, they got meatjun here, and then like they're looking at me like, what the hell? What is
Yeah,
meatjun?
what the dude? That's like going to Zippy and be like, oh man, they got Korean chicken, bro. You should get that. I'm like, they got Korean chicken? What the? I don't even know what Korean chicken is. What is that? Order. I'm like, what the hell? Who said this is Korean chicken? Who made
Yeah, yeah, but that's very. I think that's pretty interesting as far as like when it comes to finding out, if your partner is gonna be into kids or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big thing.
It's so
I don't know,
different.
Kevin, I don't know how you. I give you props, man, for you to like know that Dee's not that happy about having. You're like so like me, like you want kids, you love kids, and to meet someone that's like, damn, man, she might come around.
Well,
But it's
see,
like,
okay.
not
So
that.
the thing was, like me and her, we had like an instant connection. Like
Mhm.
we first met on Match.com, and I saw her profile. And well, the funny thing was she wasn't in any of my matches. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anyone has ever dated online before, but for on Match.com, they would every day they would like send you a list of people that I guess matches your criteria in what you like or your interests or anything like that. And she never popped up in any lists. And I think I was just on the website one day, and on the right side of the screen, I saw her. She caught my eye, and I was like, oh, this girl's cute. So I clicked on her on the picture, and it took me to her profile, and started reading it, and I was like, oh wow, she's, because she's such a good writer.
Yeah.
Her profile was like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
very
I'm
witty,
sure.
very witty, and very, it's like, wow. Okay, so and then I sent her a message, and we hit it off, and we we started like just I think we started messaging through the website, and then I got her number. We started texting each other, and we were just like, we didn't even actually go on an actual date. And I was really into her before that, and so we went on a date, and like from there it got better and better. And so I think the whole children question, I guess it wasn't a concern, because I was so into her
Yeah.
that
Yeah. There's so much other things that were like
Yeah.
drawing you to her.
right. So I was so into her, like, like having children with her, I to me would just like, oh, it's automatic, like,
Mm.
I'm sure she's gonna want children. Like I didn't even
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
her,
Yeah.
and then, but when I did ask her, and it kind of caught me off guard, but she was, she wasn't totally against it, but she wasn't totally open to it.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
kind of like on the fence, and I was like, okay, that's okay, well, you're
There's
on the
hope.
fence.
There's hope. There's hope for him.
Yeah, I was like, you're on the fence, at least there's a chance for me to push you over to
Yeah.
one side.
I just think this is so interesting from your story of how you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Tyson.
he's all kind of like, oh, she's not against pregnancy, but she's not for it. And then just when you
He's
told
like,
your story,
surprise.
when like surprise, she's like, what? How did this happen? Like, what do you mean how did this happen? Like the whole
Oh, you
condom
think about
thing.
or how she got pregnant?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
James,
Yeah.
James, how
Pretty
did you and Diana meet?
we met on online too.
A website, right? Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh my god. OK Cupid. It was like one of those free ones. It was funny, like when I told people like, oh, I'm on OK Cupid, they're like, dude, that's like Tinder. People just go there to hook up. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe they're not there to hook up. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to. I mean, I had my profile like everywhere. Like everywhere. I had duplicate
me too. Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah,
Like-
I had on almost every dating platform.
It was like a
Online
job
platform.
to me. I was like, you know what? Today I'm applying for a job. Let's see who's gonna hire me today. Come on, interview stage. That's how I took it. I'm like, the more I can put my applications out there, the more I can go on dates, the better chance I'm gonna find someone.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
It is a numbers game.
God.
That's how I looked at it, and it worked.
I'm
It worked. With
I'm
me.
glad I married at such a young age.
Dude. I'm so happy I'm married. I don't know if I could date right now.
I'm
I'm so happy I married Shani
Yeah,
at such a young age.
I wouldn't do it again. I would literally be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go adopt some kids, and I'm
Well, not only that, can you imagine doing it during COVID?
yeah.
Even worse.
No, I couldn't do it. But no, yeah, we met online.
You know,
I'm so lucky.
We're
You
not
are very lucky.
as you are.
Yeah, you are.
I'm the worst. Shani teases me all the time too because I would be the worst date ever. Like I would not know how to date.
I've heard about your story, and I was like, wow.
I got super like that.
And then even
If I had to do all of that stuff.
When you told me your proposal, I was like, huh? And you said yes.
Bro, Jim, did you hear how I proposed to Shani?
No, what was that?
Oh my god!
All right, so it was on the rooftop.
Okay.
Of Almona parking lot.
Okay.
And we parked in the car, and we're going to a friend's birthday party.
Okay.
And I drove and I parked the car, and then I got out the car and I walked around the backside, and I was just standing there with the ring, and I didn't even say anything. She just came around the back, and she just looked at it and looked at me, and she was like, "What the?" And then I didn't say anything, and then she just knew though.
You didn't even ask her like, "Will you marry?" You just stood there, like she's supposed to guess, like a Squid Game or something. Like, wait, do I let him know that I see this? Is this a test? What? Like, what am I supposed to do? Okay.
When I tell you I got lucky, I got super lucky.
You got super lucky, dude.
Man, like every other
I did that to Diana, she'd be
like,
like,
been no.
What the? You better put that back in your
I know, yeah, that's what
What is this?
No,
bro.
no, we're not
And
doing
the
this
worst
right
part, the worst part was, or the funniest part was the week leading up to it. I had the ring the whole time, and I was just trying to find the right time to do it. But I was so nervous, and I didn't want to like spill the beans while I was talking to her.
Yeah.
So how I combated that was I just didn't talk to her, and she thought I was mad at her the whole week. Like, what the hell's wrong with him? Why is he not talking? Why is he so mad?
Dude, she probably was so confused. Like, wait, he was mad at me, and now is this a gift? Maybe this isn't a proposal. Maybe this is like a gift
party gift.
Like a part, like, hey, I'm sorry that I haven't been talking to you. This is just a gift before this birthday party. I just want to make sure we're all good.
Bro.
Okay, let's go to the birthday party.
It's hilarious.
But
it was on the rooftop.
Oh, wait. She's like, oh, wait. Oh, are we waiting for the surprise? Is that we're walking into right now? Is this a secret engagement party?
No, there's no. This is we're actually going to a friend's birthday party.
And she's like, no, you're messing with me. You're messing with me.
Oh.
Wow, how did you do it? How did you do it, James?
James was on the mountain, right?
Yeah, I did. So mine, I can never keep a secret, and Diana can read me like a book. So we actually planned a trip to Maui with a couple of friends, and I was like, this is the perfect time. Like, I'll tell all the friends, like, hey, I'm gonna propose to her. I got the ring. I'm gonna do it at Haleakala because we're gonna do the sunrise thing, and so she never knew. Like, I was just like chilling because I'm just like excited about it. She thought we were as excited about the trip. Yeah, sure enough. And then we went to Haleakala, and I was like telling myself, how am I going to do it up here? And I was going to save my number in her phone that says, will you marry me? And then I was going to have someone call her with my phone. And then when she sees it, like, hey, someone's calling you, you should get that. And then when she looks at it, it's going to say, will you marry me? And I'll be there next to her like, hey, but stupid me, we're on a mountain, man. I got no signal.
No reception, yeah.
I was like, crap, what am I going to do? So I just said, you know what? I'm going to pretend we're going to go take a picture, like a silhouette picture. Everyone's behind us. And then I'll do it then. So I found my spot. We went out there. We're both out there. I had my friends. They all knew the plan. They were like about to take a picture. I was like, I had my arm around, and I was just like, she's like, hurry up and take the picture. It's cold. And I'm like, fuck, like, I'm all nervous. She's like, why are they taking so long? Like, I'm over. It's like, wait, babe. No, just stand here. Just stand here a little bit. They'll take it. And they're like, what's taking so long? And I'm like, shit, I gotta go down. So I just went down. And I opened it, and she looked at me, she started crying. I was just like, I don't even know what I said. I'm pretty sure I said something. Yeah, and then she took it, and everyone's like taking pictures, and yeah, and that was it. But yeah, that man, that seems so long ago. But yeah, that's how I proposed. But what about you? Wait, Kev, how'd you propose?
Mine's okay. Mine's wasn't as bad as Chris, and wasn't as great as yours.
So yours like
Okay,
a what?
so-
B plus? Because Chris
No.
is like an F. Like, he's gonna have to redo that test. I don't know if Shani told you yet, but in 10 years you're gonna have to re-propose to her and do your vows and get married. Because that was an F.
So I think for mine, so I ordered the ring, and she told me, or no, she didn't tell me, but at the time I didn't think she wanted like a huge lavish proposal. I thought she just wanted something chill, low key. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe I can do it at her auntie's uncle's house. Like we're just having dinner, and and out of nowhere, I'll like maybe say a speech or something, and then that's when I'll propose. But then I think she was having an event for her work where it was like a gala or something. So she's dressing up for it. I'm dressing up for it. And then her mom, suggested like, hey, why don't you do it before you guys go to the gala, because she'll be all, looking pretty and everything, and then you'll be looking good, and then we'll just do it like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like, I guess, yeah, I can do that. And then so the whole time she's getting ready, so like she told the mom told Dee's friend, oh, can you come over, her best friend, come over and help her with her makeup or her hair or whatever. And kind of like secretly trying to get her people to come that's important in her life, so it wouldn't be too suspicious. And so anyways, so I think, yeah, so she's there, and then her auntie and uncle, and then I think they called her brother, who wasn't here. He was in Washington, and he was on like FaceTime. And so like it was so weird. But so like she's getting ready, and we're actually kind of running late, and so she's kind of rushing. And then I'm like, like, how do I get in? How do I do this? There's no really good opportune time to do this, because we're not eating dinner, we're not talking story or hanging out. It's like she's just getting ready to go to this event. So I'm like, okay, I think I'll just do it right before we leave. And then so like she's ready. She's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, wait, hold on. And I'm grabbing her hand, and then I was like, I want to tell you something. And then she's like, okay, what? And then then I start going to this speech, and then everybody's like recording on their phones, and then she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, and I tell her speech, and then I get down on one knee, and then I tell her, I was like, will you marry me? And then like I think at that point she was just like she didn't know what to say, or just like in her head she's like, I hope this isn't the proposal that you're giving to me right now. Because
She said that for everyone?
No, she didn't say that, but in her head,
she was thinking it.
Yeah, she was thinking it. But but she, she said yes, and and she said yes, and she, she cried and everything. But like after we left, she's like, I'm so sad. I'm like, what do you mean you sad? She's like, that's not the proposal I wanted. And I was like, what? And
He
then
told
she's
you
like,
that straight to your face.
Yeah, she told me that. She's like,
Okay,
that's
you got
not
an
the
F as
proposal.
well. So you need to read yours 10 years
No, but
from your.
But she's like, yeah, I love you. Yes, I want to marry you, but that's not how I want my proposal to be. She's like, I wanted like the drone to fly in and like,
Oh,
yeah. She's like, wanted a professional photographer, to take pictures, of the whole proposal going on. And I was like, and she's like, you really don't know me. You don't know me. Because if you knew me, you would know that's what I wanted. And I'm like, oh my God. I was just like, I'm like, then I don't know you then. I don't know.
dude, you think that's
But-
pretty? You bringing up the ring, dude. I was trying to be slick with Diana when we were dating. That babe, was it like 1 month, 2 months? Okay, it was a month of us dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, yeah. And I was like, she's the one. Like, I'm gonna marry this girl. She's the one. And I was like, damn, I don't know her ring size. Like, how do I get her size? Like, I don't really know her friends that well. I can't. That's just weird because it's been a month. So I told her, you know what? So after church, I was like, I'll just take her to the wedding ring shop and I'll just be like, hey, let's just go and let's just get our ring sizes. This will be fun, right? And I take her and we go there and I didn't think this through, obviously. We get there and the lady's like, oh, are you guys engaged? Are you guys gonna get, is it coming? And I was kind of, oh, no. We just start dating. I just try to play it off cool because I don't want to think I'm a weirdo. I was like, yeah, I just want to like rings, just we got time to kill. And I would ask her like, hey, what kind of rings do you like? Just, I'm just kind of curious, mentally writing it down. Okay, she likes this kind. And I told her, do you know your ring size? And I was like, you should try on a ring. Yeah, we're here. We might as well get our ring size, right? That makes sense in my head.
I don't know how she stayed with you.
We get the ring sizes. I made sure I talked to the lady while Diana was like looking at stuff, but she probably is thinking, I'm gonna leave this guy after today.
Yes,
And I like, hey, lady, I want you to write the size numbers on this card because I need to remember these. And and then I forget when she told me about this because I thought it went great. I was like, mission successful. Got the ring. Got what kind of ring she likes. Done. Set. I'm good. I'm slick. I am slick as a die. Yeah. And then she tells me like later down the road, like, babe, remember the time you took me to the wedding ring shop? I was like, yeah. Why? It's like, that was awkward. Like, we were dating a month. And you took me to the wedding ring shop.
Super.
And I was like, obviously I did. Like, obviously it worked out.
There's like a million other things you could have did besides take her to the wedding ring shop.
That is true, but dude, I'm very, and
Bro,
I don't know.
You could have went to any ring shop, like.
Yeah, but I didn't want her to think I was cheap. Like, I didn't buy my ring from the wedding ring shop, obviously, because that place is expensive as heck. But I just wanted to see, like, hey, what's your style?
That's hilarious, though.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I was pretty slick, but no, there's a lot of moments where I thought I was slick, and she remembered me that was not slick.
But I wonder how long she was thinking, like, oh, I wonder
when is it gonna happen?
If and when he's gonna propose.
Oh, there was no if at that point. There was a when.
Probably was like,
when.
Oh, he ain't gonna propose to me anytime. This guy's a freaking psycho. I don't know why I'm with this guy, but I'll see where this can go. But dude, did I tell you how we became girlfriend and boyfriend?
What do you mean? Like,
dude,
like what do you mean? Like when you made it official, like Facebook official?
So we were dating. I'm old fashioned.
This is in high school.
I wanted to make sure she was like, yeah, I'm very old fashioned. Like, I was trying to tell her, like, look, on our first date, I was like, look, I'm not the type of person that's gonna date around. Like, and you could date around, but in my head, I was thinking, you better not be dating around. Like, you better be only seeing me right now. I don't want to think I was psycho. So I was like, hey, you could date around all you want, but I want you to know that you are the only person that I want to date. Like, I'm not gonna see we're exclusive per se. So and then we went on a couple of more dates, like a week. And I was like, man, I need to lock her down. Like, like we need to be like, because at this point I still didn't know she was dating other guys or whatever. So I remember we went on a date and I dropped her off, and I tried to be slick again. I thought I was being slick, and I sent her a text message with a picture that says, "Will you be my boyfriend, a girlfriend? Check whatever, yes, no, or maybe." And I was like, "That's gonna be cute. She's gonna heart emoji like it. Girlfriend, boyfriend, success." She texts me back. What did you text me back? She texts me back, "Are you serious?" And this is a text message. So I took that like exclamation mark, question mark, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. So I was like, oh shit. So like I started texting her and I was just like, oh yeah, no, I don't even know what I texted her, but she was like, she pretty much told me, look, if you want to be my boyfriend, like you need to come and do it. You need to do it the right way. So I'm driving home. I freaking turned around, drove back to her house, told her. She came out, she got into my car, and I'm freaking scared because I'm like, damn, dude, I messed up. Like, I thought this was slick. Came in, and I forget what she said. She might have been like, oh, are you serious? And I was just like, oh, yeah. So I told her, I was like, yeah, I think, I want you to be my girlfriend. Like, I think this will be good. And you know what she says? She says, why?
Oh, dang.
Who freaking that? When you meet someone, I'm like, I was thinking like, damn, I didn't know I was in school. Like, I have to be on these like,
presentation PowerPoint.
Like, I don't think clearly quick. I'm not a quicker, whatever those words. But I'm thinking real hard, like, okay, these next few words, sentences is gonna dictate if we're together or if I'm gonna drive off and never talk to her again. I don't really remember what I said, but it obviously worked.
It worked.
Girlfriend and boyfriend that
night.
Man. And then I went home and I was like, this didn't go the way I wanted, but the end game,
the end result is all that mattered. Yeah,
we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and we are good to go.
So, okay, funny that you mentioned that, because when me and Dee started dating, I think we were only going on like, maybe we went on 3 dates. Yeah, I'm gonna say we went on 3 dates, and then she's like, "Oh, just to let you know, I'm going on a trip to New Zealand." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm going on a trip to New Zealand for like almost like 3 weeks." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so I was just caught in my head like, wait, we're dating. It feels like we're vibing. We're doing good, and you're going. She's like, "Yeah, don't worry. I'll be back and stuff." And I'm like thinking in my head like, "Oh man, like, oh, it's over." Like,
she's gonna meet someone.
She's gonna find some nice like New Zealand dude and just like
you can't come New Zealand dude. I'd
I'm thinking it's done. But I think I was when she was on the trip. I was texting her, and I think I talked to her like a couple of times and stuff like that, and I think it was during one of our conversations we were talking, and I told her, I was like, she's like, I told her, I said, I have really strong feelings, for you. Like, I really, really like you, and I just want to let you know that. And she's like, oh yeah. And then I was like, yeah. And I think it was maybe like a week before she was coming back, and then I was like, can I ask you a question? And then she's like, yeah, what? She's like, can you be my girlfriend? And then she's like, nice. What? And I was like, yeah, can you be my girlfriend? And she's like, what do you mean, like exclusive? And I was like, yeah, like I want you to be a part of my life. And then she's like, yeah, of course. And then that's how we became exclusive. And then like later on the line, when she told me, she's like, oh, when I first started dating you, I just thought of you as like a FTF. Yeah. She's like, oh, I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I thought we were just gonna hook up and then move on. And I was like, what?
Wait, like, how many dates were you guys on?
There's a piece of meat to her, Kevin.
No, exactly. Yes, that's what I was to her. You know, she told me that, and I was like, "What?" I was like, I don't know about you, but I was actually trying to look for someone. Okay, and and then she's like, "Oh yeah, oh really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then because um like after our first date, she thought that I was gonna take her to my place and we were gonna like hook up.
Yeah.
And and when that didn't happen, she was very surprised. Like, oh, okay, wow, this is a gentleman. Like,
Yeah, he's supposed to such a sweet guy, Kevin.
yeah, for real. And then and then she liked it that I think I think like our first kiss, like I asked her to kiss her. Like I didn't just do it, like ask her permission. She thought that was the cutest thing ever. And
Man, I got the worst stories, bro.
You do.
oh, please tell us.
I was laughing the whole time. I was laughing the whole time when when Kevin was talking about it, just thinking about when we first became official. So, it was actually one of my best friend at the time was dating Shani's best friend at the time. So we would always kind of like just like third wheel it together and just hang out, but never like on a date. Like I was always like I guess like talking to other girls and stuff. And so like we'd be hanging out and I'd still just be texting other girls and she knew like I was texting other girls and like talking to them on the phone and whatnot. And so we're just always like hanging out. And then after like all the other girls I was talking to, just like we're just like I was just like these people are just not it. So finally like I was like, okay, I think I like her, yeah, whatever. Then when we go out, like we would actually like date together. But then we were at we were like 18 at the time, right?
Yeah.
We were at a house party, like someone's house party, and there's like a small group, like maybe like less than 10 people, but it was a small house party. And there may or may not have been alcohol at the time, but I was like ripped. I was like super drunk. And then like all of our friends was inside and me and Shannon was outside, like under the stars. And it was like I was like super drunk. like really bad drunk. And then I asked her to be my girlfriend that night. And then the next morning, Shani didn't even realize like I was like sober enough to remember. Like I texted her something in the morning and she's like, "Oh, you remembered?" And I was like, yeah." And she's like, "I thought you were just too drunk to remember." I was like, "What the hell?" So I was like super drunk when I asked her to be my girlfriend.
At least you still remembered.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
at least-
remember everything. No matter how drunk I was, I remember a lot of stuff.
Dude,
I was just
speaking of first kiss, you want to see another slick story that I thought was very slick? My first kiss with Diana, dude. After the date, I was like, drop her off at her house, and I was like, you know what? There's a park around the corner, so I was like, hey, let's go for a walk. We had a little bit to drink, I think, that night. So I don't want the night to end. Let's go for a quick walk. So okay. The second date. It was our second date. I had like the little blanket thing in my trunk. I took that out, so I was like, I can put it on. So I walked over there, took it out. We're laying down. The stars are up, and we're just all laying down. I'm like, man, I want to kiss her so bad. How am I gonna do it? I gotta be slick. Dude, because this could dictate if she could turn me down, and that's gonna hurt my ego a lot. So we were laying there. I don't know how I did it, but like when you reach over, I don't know, like you're trying to reach over, do something, but I try to reach over and I look at her and I was like, oh, I'm going in. Let me kiss her. Dude.
Oh, like what were you reaching over for though? Was the thing.
That's how I remember it.
What were you reaching over for though?
I remember thinking, this dude must do this often if he's got 2 towels in the back in the trunk and like everything getting ready to go. He was like ready.
Like I said, this is my job. You don't go to an interview prepared. You have your resume, you have CDs, you have a face photo, whatever you need. And I got everything in my car prepared for a perfect date every night because you don't know when that date will come up. Speaking of dates,
That's hilarious.
For the whole week, like I told myself, because I didn't know she was dating. I don't know if she was dating 5 guys at the same time.
Yeah.
She could have been lying to me. So I knew I had to get as much FaceTime with her, but not seem like a stalker. I had to seem like, oh, she invited me. I didn't invite me.
Oh,
so like I would literally ask her out And at the very end of our date, I would try to book another one real quick. Like, oh yeah, what are you doing? I don't know, this weekend. And she'd go, oh, nothing. I was, oh, we should go do something. So I was trying to be slick, didn't seem like, God, he's always texting me. It's like, I didn't text you. It was still our first date. So I'm just trying to get intel. So I would already book it. And then I remember one time, I think we went on a date on Tuesday. I set up another date for, I think it was like Friday or Saturday. And I think, was it Wednesday or Thursday throughout the week? Was it? Friday. It was Friday. She went hiking. And I called in sick because I wasn't really feeling too good. And we're texting. She's like, oh, man, I hope you feel better. You know, we're going hiking. And I was texting her. And I don't know. She invited me. She says, oh, I wish you could be here. But, you know, it was one of those invites that's like, no one's going to say yes because he's sick.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking, this is my chance. Not knowing, dude, we literally have a date the next damn day. It's Friday. We're going to see her Saturday. But I was like, fuck, what if she's on a date with some dude?
She was just being nice.
Competition. Because she said she was out with friends. I'm like, yeah, I've heard friends before. So I said, I texted her, oh, I can come. And I literally packed my shit. She went to Manoa Falls. She's already on the hike, guys. She's already on the hike to Manoa Falls. I'm freaking speeding my way from Salt Lake.
So stuck.
I parked my car and I'm trucking it. I'm sweating off sickness at this point. I'm freaking running. I've never even, I think I hiked it once. So I was just like, I'm like, damn, man, I thought she would have slowed down, stopped for me. And I finally catch her and she's at the falls. I catch her when she got to the falls. So I'm all breathing heavy. And sure enough, we went on another date. I got to meet her friend. And I remember she told me like later, after we've been together for a while, she was like, I can't believe you said yes. Like I told my friends, like, yeah, the guy that I was kind of talking to, he's coming right now. Like, they were like, what?
She was just being nice. She was just being nice.
I was
exactly, Chris. I was just
dude. She told me, dude, it was literally one of those invites that you just say to be nice.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna say yes. Like you're sick. Like who would say that? You just told me you're sick. You called in sick to work. Who wants to hike? So of course I'm gonna say, oh, I wish you could be here. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow. Nah.
How did you keep her?
She wants me to come. That's the sign. I'm going. Like I want to show her that, hey, I like her a lot.
Show your interests. Exactly.
Show your interests. Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Yeah. I was in it to win it, man. And Diana's definitely
apparently,
the woman.
Look at where you are now.
Because I don't.
You did something right, James.
Yeah, dude. She's definitely a keeper. But
oh my god.
Wait, I want to know, Chris, your first kiss. Tell me a cool story, bro. You don't even remember your first kiss.
We were like 19.
That's true. That's true.
We're like 18 years old. Like
first kiss till you're like 22.
Well, let me tell you mine. So I told you like I asked permission, but anyways, yeah. So I think we Dee actually had a Groupon for what's it called? Air Park Karaoke.
Oh yeah.
You know that place. So she had a Groupon. She's like, oh, I got this Groupon. If I buy 1 hour, I get another hour free. And so I was like, okay. And she's like, oh, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, of course. I love karaoke. I like to sing. So she's like, okay, let's go then. So we go, and mind you, it's just me and her in the karaoke room, right, singing. And so we're singing, and we're having a good time. And then
wait, like a private room?
Mm-hmm.
Private room? Just you two?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just in there. I'm mostly singing. It's me. She's barely singing. She's just enjoying my company. And so like we're sitting close to each other, but not like super close, right? And then like I put my arm around her, and I bring her in, close to me, and then like I'm singing, and I have my arm around her, and then like I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and then you can feel the energy.
What song? What song were you singing though? What song was this?
Oh God!
Yes. Do you remember the song?
Voice to Man, I'll Make Love to You.
It has to be important. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember the song. And to be honest, I don't remember the song. All I remember was like we were just like locking eyes, and like it was like almost like we were gonna kiss. But then I asked her, I was like, can I kiss you? And then she's like, yes. And then boom, fireworks, like full
No
on
more singing at that point.
action.
It,
Yeah.
it had to have been the Little Mermaid when Kevin does the crab voice.
Yeah, it was like
Have you heard that,
Yeah.
James?
Wait, are you the one Under the Sea?
Yeah, Under the Sea when Kevin sang it. That's the best.
yeah. So
That would have
but,
made me want to kiss Kevin.
yeah, that was a good
Kevin, if I was on that date, I would have been singing love ballads all night.
Oh, wait, the date was the date was just you two in the private room the whole time for 2 hours, or was other people
Yeah.
coming?
yeah, it was just us. Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. That's a cool date.
Yeah.
My first kiss was probably like on the beach somewhere, like drunk at a bonfire, probably.
Why is it always you got to be
If I
drunk,
had
dude?
to, bro, this is the time in my life when like we just graduated high school
Hold on,
and
guys,
we're
I'll be right
just
back.
always just drinking, and it's just that was a time of my life. It was what we were doing back then. Bonfires and drinking.
I can only imagine. I can't wait till Shazan's like, hey, Dad, I need advice.
I'm gonna go to your mother.
Yeah, I'm like, I met someone, and I like her a lot, and I want to kiss her. What do you think I should do? He's like, don't drink because you're too young. Go back. No drinking, no drugs. That's it. And then go to your mom. That's the only advice I'm gonna give you.
I'm gonna refer him to this podcast and be like, go to this podcast and listen to Uncle James and Uncle Kevin.
But all right, man.
Yeah, this is a lot of good stories.
But all right, I'm gonna past my bedtime, man. We didn't even actually talk about the topics we were supposed to talk about.
We
today.
did not.
We're talking about how we met
It's
our
okay.
wives.
That's okay.
But that's the good stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I got to learn about Kevin, how he's a failure from the beginning. Like, I don't know how you got to make up for that, bro. You got your whole life to make up. So kind of is a good thing. You don't want to be up here and then you can sink down. You're down here and you got your whole life
at the bar
like,
low.
Yeah.
Can't get any worse.
I'm up there already. Hello.
Yeah.
I just had my shower.
That is true. That is true. So, yeah, like I get in trouble a lot, man. But Diana's very forgiving, and she never forgets. I forget all the time, but I love her. That's all that counts,
I
guys.
think she loves you from what the stories you've been telling. She loves you a lot.
But all right, guys, you guys have a good night. For you guys watching this or listening, thank you for
listening.
spending time with us on your busy schedule. And,
Learning more about us.
Yeah, learning more. This is definitely a get to know. This is kind of like our intro. Should have been our intro to the podcast, episode 1. It took us, I don't know what episode this is, 6 or 7. We're like in it 6 or 7.
It just organically came out. We tried to force the first 5 episodes, and it just organically came out.
But next episode, we're gonna definitely talk about fitness and dude. Before we go, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow for you, Chris. I parked on the street. There's no car in the garage. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna work out. I don't know how hard the workout's gonna be, but I'm gonna work out just for you. And I'm gonna take a picture for you guys. I'm gonna send it. It's gonna be early in the morning.
Do something.
Yep. So,
did you even unpack your equipment? Is it even unpacked?
That's gonna be my workout for tomorrow morning.
I was gonna say that better not be.
Yeah.
Just sweating, unpacking it.
Ruined my picture. I was gonna take a picture of all the stuff that's in boxes, and I was gonna take a picture out of the boxes, put on the rack, and me just holding it, and I'm gonna splash some water on my face to make it look, and then lie on the ground.
You've done that before, so I wouldn't even put it past you.
I have. All right, guys.
All right, shoots, guys.
Shoots.